Gaming news week 40, Overwatch has died this week. Years of good time and gaming experiences gone just like that. But fret not, Overwatch 2, the free-to-play game is here. If you're lucky enough to play it, the game suffered not one but two DDoS attacks after launch, prompting Blizzard to take the game down just to fix it. The game also saw criticism attacks with the phone requirement to play the game, and it's not really a free-to-play game if you have to have a phone service, is it? Not only did you need to pay for a phone, but you couldn't use prepaid phone plans just to protect against bad actors. Blizzard has clawed back on this phone requirement, removing the phone service requirement entirely if you own the original game. After the troublesome launch, Overwatch 2 is now live, free-to-play model. You just gotta grind to unlock those heroes. On to PlayStation news. Sony Interactive's Hermen Hulst had a lot of interviews this week, talking about how investing in FromSoft could also lead to them producing shows of FromSoft IPs, and also stating that all these studios that PlayStation has been acquiring over the years could work on live service games and not necessarily of the IP that the studio owns. For example, Sucker Punch could work on a Last of Us Battle Royale game, but that'll never happen because Hermen said that Sucker Punch's IP are still the most successful. These live service games will be day one released for PC and PlayStation, with new cross-console games to be expected. He then went on to say that Horizon and Death Stranding's Decima engine will be used for other games. If we know that that's for live service games, we don't know yet. CD Projekt Red had a bunch of announcements this week. Feeling high off the success of Cyberpunk Edgerunners, they want 3 enduring franchises, meaning transmedia with shows and games, as they already have found the success with The Witcher and now Cyberpunk. For this third franchise, CD Projekt Red announced codename Hagar, which will be a new IP for the studio. I'm assuming they want to make this a franchise since they say they want 3 enduring franchises, and they have 2 with the ones I just stated. For The Witcher IP, they announced 3 projects. Project Sirius, which is made by the Molasses Flood. Project Polaris, which is a new Witcher trilogy that was announced using Unreal Engine 5, developed by CD Projekt Red as a successor to The Witcher 3. And Project Canis, which is an open-world, story-driven RPG game. For Cyberpunk 2077, the Phantom Liberty update is on the horizon, and Project Orion was announced as a sequel to Cyberpunk 2077, stated to show the full potential of the Cyberpunk project. Maybe they'll actually release a finished game this time. They also announced that their next projects will have multiplayer, and we'll see how that plays out. Meanwhile, co-founder of CD Projekt Red, Marcin Iwinski, has stepped down as co-CEO. He will take on another project in CD Projekt Red, but has stepped down from his CEO role. The Street Fighter 6 closed beta has went live, and we got a glimpse at the cursed-ass character creation. This game may have rollback, but if I see that thing online, I'm gonna roll back my whole queue. In other news, a new Crash Bandicoot game has been teased to be announced at the Game Awards called Wumpa League. Seeing as how Crash spin-offs kind of follow Mario spin-offs, will this be a Mario Party successor like Crash Bash, or maybe another Smash Bros clone? Since Crash couldn't be in Smash Bros, if you can't join him, beat him. Sad news. Not only did Overwatch pass this week, but EA announced that the EA app will overtake EA Origin. Rest in peace, EA Origin. Another annoying game launcher that starts when I turn on my computer. For announcements, a new Need for Speed game got announced, Need for Speed Unbound. They released a trailer with a release date of December 2nd this year. Dragon Ball Kakarot gets a next-gen upgrade, released January 13th next year. And Persona 3 Portable and Persona 4 Golden will finally release on modern consoles January 19th of next year. Ooh, January is looking stacked now. Because Hitman 3's Freelancer mode, free to all Hitman 3 owners, will also release January 26th next year. The single-player roguelike mode has entered closed beta at this point. I usually avoid talking about video game media and movies and TV shows, but it has now become essential to the life of an IP. We saw that with the hype of the Mario Bros. Movie trailer released this week, with an entire Nintendo Direct dedicated to just this and no games. Probably one of the first directs to ever have that, other than the Super Mario Bros. Theme Park Direct. Everybody's trying to have a TV show. We talked about CD Projekt Red. Bloober Team also wants to make a TV show with the Medium IP, and that leads us to another interesting tie-in from the Silent Hill movie director, which stated that there are multiple Silent Hill projects in the work, including the long-rumored Bloober Team Silent Hill game. The director stated that Konami saw the success of Capcom remaking their Resident Evil games and wanted to join in on the party. That's it for this week's gaming news. Be sure to follow for more. Bye.